here this evening to celebrate the opening of 3 exhibitions, of course. We have Ian Smith, Flesh and Bone, in Gallery 1, Rowley Drysdale, Extracts, in Gallery 2, and Beatrice Prost, Penance and Repentance, in Gallery 3. Rowley's ceramic works have an elegance about them. They're graceful, equally tactile, I think. The surfaces, you can almost feel the glazes as if they're running wet. But whenever I get the opportunity to open multiple exhibitions at the one time, I always try and find common threads between them and ideas and stories that we can bring out and new narratives, I suppose. But for me, these exhibitions are all about kind of celebrating the handmade, the mark of the artist or the mark of the maker, and celebrating imperfections and irregularities for something which isn't really common in everyday experience. I mean, I think, we can walk into a shopping mall anywhere across the country and probably anywhere across the world and be confronted by the same series of franchise shops that you can see anywhere, buy the same products. Many of them have the same floor plan. So I think it's a really special experience when you can come into a gallery, and particularly when you've got people like Rowley and Beatrice who are locals of Noosa and exhibiting their work in the place where they live, and to be able to get a real sense of the person who made that work and not just another product which is mass-produced for us to consume. Rowley, of course, is well known by pretty much everyone here for his extensive ceramics practice, based up in Karoi there. If you've ever had the chance to get out to Quixotica, it's an amazing art space really that sprawls across a beautiful landscape. But it's those wood fire kilns that really anchor that space in many ways. And Rowley's been very active in the community as an artist, as an educator, as a contributor to exhibitions and open studios and things like that. And this exhibition starts to pull a lot of those threads together, I think. The title which Rowley's given the exhibition, the collection of work, is Extract. And in his catalogue essay, which I encourage you to read, he talks about there being 3 different senses of this word extract which apply to this body of work. He talks about kind of the sense of extract as the pulling of a form from the material of the clay as one kind of way of interpreting it. Then he goes on to think about extracting something as like a drawing of inspiration from the environment. And I apologise, Rowley, if I'm misparaphrasing you here. You put it much more eloquently than I do. And then he goes on with a third interpretation of a kind of distillation of a spiritual response to the land and the community and the culture that you find yourself in. I was going to say that you might also add extract in the sense of almost the literary extract, where you pull a sample out of a larger body of work to represent a career which has been substantial. But I also think the process is an extract as well, in that what you're seeing here is a minor glimpse of a process that's involved sourcing material, building form, shaping vessels, loading kilns, stoking fires, tending to those fires for days, and ultimately kind of holding your breath at the end of it and seeing what results a volatile material and volatile process which you can, with years and years of experience, can guide and guess how it might come out, but you're never really going to know until you unload that kiln. And I think much of the power of Rowley's practice is in that really considered eye, and to be able to not only have the skills to make the forms in the first place, but then to critically assess which ones should be kept and which ones need to not be seen in the same space as the brilliant works that we've got in there at the moment. Invite you all back has been a major milestone, so thank you so much to all of them. And to the artists, Beatrice, Rowley and Ian, thank you for saying yes when we invited you to show with us. Your works look fabulous in the gallery, and they're up for another 7 weeks, so please tell your friends to come and visit us. And thank you all for coming out. And please make your way into the gallery. Good night.